I feel like African American or Black people in general like have been a huge influence on society in terms of fashion, music, hair. However, I feel like what often ends up happening is that we don't receive like the same credit or admiration when it's done by us. Like it's referred to as ratchet. But then when someone like Justin Bieber or Kylie Jenner does it, then it becomes like mainstream and cool.
I don't think there's anything wrong with white artists taking on certain elements per se, because I think that art's just about like collaborating. I think the artist does need to be wary of those things that can be sensitive.
I feel like the media definitely over dramatizes what is deemed cultural appropriation and what's not.
Anyone should be able to really capture the feelings and really the strength behind that hip hop has gone through, the history of it. There's certain characteristics like dreads that are for African Americans, and they're proud of that fact, and the fact that other artists such as Justin Bieber are trying to really encompass that I don't think it's a good thing.
I think there's a difference between like cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation. You can't take the culture on as your own and like denounce the culture that made it first.
White artists taking on like qualities of African American hip hop artists and saying it's part of the hip hop culture, it has a lot of issues, specifically when people such as Iggy Azalea, she takes on an AAVE accent when she raps, which is an African American vernacular English. That's what her accent that she has during rapping, and it's a little racist of her because she says it's because that's the hip hop accent, but is it, or is she kind of mocking an entire culture by doing such?
I think that it's hard to sort of pick apart where the line between appropriation and appreciation is drawn.
A lot of people don't understand that hip hop is deep rooted in like urban Black culture because it is a form of expression from being oppressed. I feel like when it's taken and kind of like given this tone like that it can be spoofed or that it's funny or that it's a joke, then it kind of like crosses that line of admiring someone's artistry.
I think one of the reasons why cultural appropriation is such a difficult topic and is such a touchy topic is because you can't ever know when someone is either appreciating or appropriating. It's kind of like intent versus impact.
Honestly, for my opinion, it's like what is and isn't, I think is almost in the eye of the beholder. So I really don't think there is a legitimate definition to what is and isn't appropriation versus appreciation.
When you claim it as your culture and you don't acknowledge another culture, that's what makes it cultural appropriation instead of cultural appreciation. Like if you look up on Google like unprofessional like hairstyles, like the only thing that comes up are like braids and like afros, but then artists like, well, not even artists, like Kelly Jenner, like what is she, Kendall, those people, they like do it and they're like, oh, like she's so brave, like this is so new, this is a great fashion trend. Like I've been braiding my hair since I was like this big.
Why is it okay for a white person to do it, but if a Black person was to do it, they would be called hood or thug looking? It's a double standard that is perpetuated by white people culturally appropriating hip hop / African American culture.